And that's also one of the reasons why I wanted to have this interview with you, is because you have a huge network. So I wanted to talk about this with you because a lot of artists, especially the ones who are starting out, one of the main questions is they know that networking is important because, you know, there's so much information online. You can just Google and see, you know, you'll find in the top 5, you know, ways to get gigs is networking. But how do you see and understand and play the networking game? And I don't say play in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, what's your thought process and how have you managed to build such a big network?
First of all, by being nice.
Yep.
A lot of people underestimate the power of being a nice person.
Yep.
People will always remember that. If you treat people nice and respectful.
Yep.
And that's like the first thing.
Yep.
And I'm not the type of person that will ask you for anything. You know, unless, you know, it comes to a point that we think about a great concept or anything. But I don't ask for stuff. And a lot of artists, because of their eagerness and their drive, you know, they tend to ask too much in the beginning.
Too much too soon.
Too much too soon.
Absolutely. Yep.
Too much too soon.
Yeah.
So it takes time. A lot of people don't have the patience to build a network and to, you know, to keep their contacts.
Yep.
And like for instance, China is a good example.
Yep.
Like in China, relation is almost has even more value than a contract. So
yeah, I get that.
Over there they call it guanxi.
Yep.
Guanxi means relation. It's all about relation.
Yep.
Like they will take you to a KTV, that's like a Chinese karaoke.
Yep.
And restaurants or clubs, or maybe like 6, 7, 8 times before they even start talking about business.
Business, yep.
Because they really focus on getting to know you first.
Yep. And
you better believe that it will make you drink. Because a lot of the Chinese I met, they believe that when a person is drunk, he shows his true nature.
Okay, that's interesting.
So, but that also gave me, you know, when I got there and found out that that's the way they work, it's really proof of how important it is to build a relationship.
Yep.
Nowadays, people want instant gratification on everything they do.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
they have no patience.
Yeah, and that example of like too much too soon is funny because I spent 2 years in LA in 2008, and in LA, if you say that you're an actor, no one pays attention to you. Like it's the worst thing you can. Even if you are an actor, the worst thing you can say is I'm an actor, because just people. Because if you're really an actor, the way LA works is if you're an actor, I would know about it because I would see you. But if you're an actor, I'm not seeing you. You're not really an actor. It's very LA, and the too much too soon concept is amazing there because you will see waiters. Literally, this might sound cliche, but you will see waiters come up to tables where there's producers sitting. And I've had lunches with producers where the waiter will bring his headshot and his resume to the table I'm having lunch with the producer, and say, hey, by the way, can you just look at my demo? And there's no relationship that was built. I mean, the guy was a waiter in a restaurant, right? So he's serving food and he's pushing his demo. So what a horrible way of starting a relationship, by asking someone to look at you and you don't even know the guy, you don't even know the person.
True, but I think it's also a case of knowing who to approach and when. Because I remember that Jean-Claude Van Damme, that's how he managed it.
I agree. But you have those anomalies, and then again, it's very LA. It's like a lot of people go there thinking that they will meet the 1 in a million, producer who might pay attention to them at that very second, and it might make their career.
True.
But for every Van Dammes, there's tens of thousands of
millions.
Millions. I wouldn't say tens of thousands to be safe, but millions of people who just go too much, too quick, too soon, and who destroy any viable relationship.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
Because people want everything
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I think that's probably the biggest takeaway in networking. And I have a podcast channel. So one of the themes I was talking about one day was how I built my network with movie producers and in business. And it's the same thing. Like for years, I built relationships with very high level producers without even telling them I act and produce. It was like 2-3 years after I built a relationship and a friendship with them that I said, oh, by the way, I also make movies. And by then, they prompt you to say, oh, can I help you? Like, let me know how I can help. Mm-hmm. So it just shifts. And because you're in a real relationship, you're not asking them for anything. But again, with this whole show of Get the Gig, when I'm getting a lot of my friends on the show, it's very counterintuitive because you want to get the gig, you want to get brand recognition, but it's almost working in slow motion that will get you the best results eventually.
Go to MatthiasMazur.com to watch the full episode and connect with Matthias on social media. See the links in the description below.